Good morning, everybody. John Chester, Operations for California Incident Management Team 5. Going to go over an operational brief for you folks. So what we'll do is we'll start up here in the lower Reseda area. Yesterday, up in the lower Reseda area, the evacuation notice went from a set to a ready. That's due in part to all the good work that has been going on up there. Calls for service have been down. We have received a few with folks getting back in there with just what we would call interior smokes. People are concerned about, and they call in. We appreciate those calls because it allows us to go in there and make sure that things are safe for you folks to still be back in there. As we come back down around the eastern side and divisions Alpha and Bravo from the lower Reseda area down into Las Vegas, things are still looking really well into there and going well. Continue to patrol and monitor those areas with our folks that are over there. As we come west from Las Vegas, across the lower end of the portion of the fire on the 283, there is still some calls coming in for interior smokes. We are looking at securing those and taking care of those. As we come across over into the south western corner, still good work going on over there. Those interior islands are continuing to burn out in this area over here in what we call Division Charlie. Fire is continuing to consume those. As we come around this island up in here, same thing, that fire is progressing and backing down, doing what we like it to do in there. You will see increased smoke production out of those areas over the next few days as this stuff burns and consumes up out to our control lines, and we can get a good place to be able to hold those and keep those secure. As you come around into Bull Creek, coming back down around here, crews are still working direct hand line, securing and buffering up those edges so that we have a good, solid control line. Working our way to the north in Bull Creek up towards Elk Mountain, that stuff is still all holding in there. You will see smoke production out of those areas as well with the increase in temperature and the decrease in relative humidities. So as we continue up, and so, you know, this is in this area up here, one of the driving factors is protecting the watersheds in there. So we're doing that work to halt the spread in there and continue to protect those watersheds as we continue to work along in there. As we come back up into the wilderness, leaving the Iron Gate campground area, we got hand crews that are working up into the wilderness there. And one of the difficult tasks that we have going on there is the increased or the large amounts of blowdown and slash that has occurred over the past couple years. A big storm in December, but with beetle kill, drought conditions that have weakened those trees and made them more susceptible to that kind of behavior. And if you come over here to the picture, you can see kind of what we're up against as far as getting folks in there. So that stuff is just jackstrawed in there. If you picture the game of pickup sticks from when you were younger, where you drop all those and then you got to try to move them out without wiggling the other sticks. Very similar to the conditions that are out there on the ground. So that stuff is very heavy in there. We got some folks that have been up in there, and that stuff is like over the head deep with how that's piled up in there. So if that gives you just a little reference point of and magnitude of what's going on in there. So that stuff is very heavy, and it's over a large area going up that Hamilton Mesa Ridge that we're currently working on. So then coming back into the Pecos Valley, we still have folks in there assessing and working in the structures there to ensure that those are safe. We do know that there's a lot of folks still displaced, and so one of the driving factors for us is to get this southwestern corner buttoned up and secured so that we can get folks moving back into their residences over the coming time period. And just folks that are out and about that you can see that, you know, just really want to emphasize the fact that you will see increased smoke production. You will see increased smoke in the air. That is due largely in part to the rise in the daily temperatures and the fall of the relative humidity. So the fuels are becoming more receptive for burning, and with that, increased activity out in there, and as fire backs down to our control lines. I want to thank everybody for their continued comments or questions that they're sending in. We appreciate those, and we'll do our best to answer those as they come in. So appreciate that. With that, have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.